The center line with Dave is free of all gluten, peanuts, whey, jet fuel, laundry detergent, and turnip greens may cause grins, chuckles, and hoots. Do not listen if you suffer from ill tempers, lack of humor, can't take a joke, or easily get the poochy lip. Keep away from children and pets, except hamsters and chipmunks.
Dave says, hey, come along for the ride.
Hey, all you guys and guyettes, you are about to jump into a barrel of grins with Dave. Adult-oriented comedy stories and tall tales. Politics, not so much, maybe just a little, but not much. Enjoy your ride. Now here's Dave.
Good Saturday, everybody. This is Dave. You're on the center line, and we're glad to have you with us on this beautiful Saturday. At least I hope it's beautiful wherever you are, whatever time of day it might be, or night. And I think you're going to enjoy the show today. We got more radio days, and today we've got a little more of our President Bill, along with a special visit back in the day from our good friend Ted from Dexter at the Streakolean Casino and Golf Resort, Highway 22, Dexter, Georgia. So y'all kick back, grab you another beer, a cup of coffee, a toddy, whatever you're drinking, and enjoy the show. We'll be back right after this.
Oh, wow, the eternal optimist.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I got a letter from a little 12-year-old girl today.
Really?
It started off so sweet. She says, my dear Mr. President, and then she says, I want you to listen to me, and I want you to listen to me good. I think you got the cooties.
The cooties?
The cooties, Howard. I tell you, what do you think? I think maybe...
Hi, all you bubbas and bubettes. Dave here from the center line, and today's program is going to be a hoot. If you like what you just heard, then you'll want to stick around for more. Back in the day, I was in radio, and I also did some radio bits. I did Bill Clinton. I did a country fella named Ted from Dexter, and also a somewhat okay rendition of Peter Sellers as Inspector Clouseau from the Pink Panther. So I just decided that I'd start putting out just a couple of my old radio bits from back in the 90s and share them with you. They were kind of funny. They were good enough to make it to a local FM station every Saturday night here in Atlanta, so for whatever that's worth. So just stick around and enjoy, and we'll be back and get things started right after this.
Hi there, this is Larry Luber for Goober's Car Service. Hope y'all are doing well today. I want to introduce you to my announcer, Mr. Freddie, and he's going to tell you all about our service and what we can do for you, when we can do it for you, and how much it's going to set you back. So, Freddie, tell the good folks what they need to know about Goober's Car Service.
Are you tired of getting to the airport and having walk a half mile from your parking spot or paying those high-dollar parking fees? That cost about as much as a steak dinner at Peter Luger's in New York? But at the same time, you don't want to use one of those fancy car services making the neighbors think you are high-rolling it. Especially if you live in a middle-class neighborhood, you need to call Goober's Truck Service. Goober's will come to your residence in their 1954 Chevy pickup. It has just right amount of rust on the fenders and dents in the door panels with faded sunset red paint to give the impression of just a good old boy coming to give you a ride. Newly upholstered seats out of a 57 Ford Fairlane make for a comfortable ride. Goober's truck will comfortably seat 4 in the back with optional canvas tarp in case it rains for a nominal charge. Moon pies, pork rinds, and Mountain Dew are extra. Contact Goober's at 1999-BR549 or throwoutbearing.com.
Please place your nuts in the bag.
Earl, what in the world are you doing?
Well, it just said for me to put my nuts in the bag, and I gotta get to them.
The pecans, you idiot.
How you doing?
Is this the president?
This is Bill. That's me.
Bill, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine tonight. You doing all right?
Doing good. What can we do for you, Bill?
Well, I'm a little distressed, Howard.
You sound it.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Al, I told you to put them cards up. It's too early to send out your invitations to the inauguration. Wait till at least after Thanksgiving, okay? Anyway, I'm sorry about that. Oh, wow, the eternal optimist.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I got a letter from a little 12-year-old girl today.
Really?
It started off so sweet. She says, "My dear Mr. President," and then she says, "I want you to listen to me, and I want you to listen to me good. I think you got the cooties."
The cooties?
The cooties, Howard. I tell you, what do you think? I think maybe what she meant to say is, "You're a cutie." What do you think?
I don't know. That would we'll have to think about that one for a while.
Well, I don't know, but anyway, Al's always fussing at me because every time I call you, I never dedicate a song for him.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if you couldn't play that "Sitting in La La Waiting for my Ya-Ya or whatever it is.
He's just sitting there waiting for his turn.
Well, yeah, I guess that's what it is.
Well, when Al Gore takes over as president, you just show him where that little windowless study is off the Oval Office. Maybe he'll put it to good use, too.
Yeah, I'm going to have to draw him a map with circles and arrows, Anyway.
We'll take care of you.
Okay. We'll come see you.
Guys, do you miss those carefree days when you used to frequent your favorite titty bar? Well, there is another product from Peckerwood Research, a subsidiary of Peckerwood Industries. Which is a United States branch of Peckerwood International, which is a wholly owned division of Peckerwood's global conglomerate. Comes Sleazy Dancers Air Freshener. Sleazy Dancers captures that unique strip club smell, created from actual aromatics found in the clubs. Sleazy Dancers Spray provides those fragrances you have come to know and love, concocted from the smells of a smoke-filled room, spilled peach schnapps, beer, cheap cologne, body sweat, and tuna fish. Sleazy Dancers is the perfect spray for your man cave. Order yours today. Just go to sleazydan.toot. Only $49.99 for a 2-pack of Sleazy Dancers. Must be over 18 to order. Sleazy Dancer cannot be held liable for any adverse reactions or bodily harm from angry wives against your bad self.
I got an email yesterday from a guy named Frederick in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And he kind of threw out a little challenge. He said he likes the program, and he said, "But what I want to do is I want to hear you talk for at least 4 minutes about popcorn." I'm wondering, popcorn? How can I talk for 4 minutes about popcorn? Anyway, well, Frederick, I don't understand. I think, you're pulling my leg just like I pull yours and everybody else's on this show. But, yeah, I'm up for the challenge. Popcorn. Let me think about that for a minute here. In the meantime, listen to this.
This is Howard Hughes.
Hiya, Howard. How you doing?
Hey there.
Hi, it's Ted down here at the Streakolean Casino Golf Resort, Highway 22, Dexter. You doing all right?
I'm doing good, Ted. Good to hear from you.
You got a full plate tonight, Bubba. I tell you that.
Oh, man, it is the smorgasbord of music radio.
I'll tell you what. Well, look here. I'll make this real quick. My buddies, the Kaye brothers, I think you know them, Yippee and Yayo. They invited us over to that Nagano for the Winter Olympics this week.
Yes, yeah.
And Dolene, I said, "Dolene, you want to go over to that Nagano?" And she said, "Yeah, as long as you can get me back in time for Hired Saturday night on Valentine's Day." And I said, "Well, we'll do it." So we're back.
Good. I'm glad you're there.
Yeah. And anyway, I don't know. I mean, Dolene, she's just in a real romantic mood tonight. And you can just play whatever you want to play there, Hired.
Oh, my. We'll stir up some memories of Nagano.
Yeah, memories of Nagano, with Nagano. I don't know. I can't figure out. But you know something about that place over there? We went into one of them authentic Japanese restaurants, and Harry,
yeah,
well, you go in there and they make you sit on the floor.
Yeah.
And then when they feed you your food, it's cold.
Oh, that's...
Now, I don't know about you, but my idea of a restaurant is at least you ought to have a chair and a stove. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why the meals are cheaper. You don't have a chair and a stove. Save money.
Cheap. Heck, it was a 3-week salary just to get a drink over there, Harry.
Anyway,
just play whatever you can there, and we'll be sitting here listening. She's in a lovey, kissing mood.
Oh, we'll keep the loving and kissing going on. It's a night for romance here.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, baby.
All right, you have a good evening here.
You too now.
We'll see you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Folks, are your pansies pitiful? Your maters mushy? Then they need a good dose of Rodeo Ann's Horse Apple Rejuvenator for the swift kick and long pull, Rodeo Ann's horse apples are sourced from the finest horse barns and corrals in Colorado and Wyoming. Sanitized and freeze-dried to retain that swift kick, Rodeo Ann's will have your pansies perky and your maters ripe and firm in no time. Just dig a hole next to your plant and drop an apple in that hole cover and water and watch it work its magic. Ready for those summertime eat-over-the-sink, juicy mater sandwiches. Look for Ann's Rodeo Horse Apples coming soon to your local nursery and feed stores. Ann's Rodeo Horse Apples. Order now by going to rockyhorseapples.zap for fast delivery.
Okay, Frederick from Tuscaloosa, you challenged me to talk for about 4 minutes on the subject of popcorn. I can do that, buddy. No problem at all. Shoot, I can go longer than that if I want to. But let's shoot for 4 minutes here on the program today. Okay, popcorn. Let's see. What am I going to talk about popcorn? Well, my first experience with popcorn was when I was just a little bitty squirt. And Mama used to string popcorn and have it on the tree. I remember it being on the tree, but I don't remember her stringing it, but I'm sure she did, because I don't think you could buy popcorn already strung back then. I don't know if you can buy popcorn already strung now, but that might be something to think about. A little side hustle at Christmas time. Yeah. Get your already strung popcorn right here. Yeah, fresh and hot and strung. Not to be confused with hung. That's a story for another day. But anyway, back to popcorn. Yeah, and my grandma, she used to string popcorn for her trees, but she used that colored popcorn, the kernels were different colors, and when it would pop, the little kernel down in there would be a different color, and she'd string that on her trees, and that was fun, but she never would let us eat any of it. She said, no, you can't eat that. No, it's poisonous. It's got that coloring on it. Well, it was just food colored, but anyway, never did get to eat any of the colored popcorn. Had to settle for just the regular old, good old popcorn. But, in fact, my grandfather, he grew some popcorn one time. He had, 5 or 6 corn stalks of popcorn stalks or whatever you call them. And I remember he popped popcorn. It didn't pop that well. It kind of just laid there, kind of limped on along. I think only about half of it popped. But if you're old enough, do you remember the old popcorn poppers for the stove top? They were kind of like a square pan that had like a screen that fit over the top of it and a long handle. And you just stood there at your stove and you just ran it back and forth, scraped it back and forth over the eye of the stove, and it popped the popcorn. And every time you'd scrape it, little bitty spark had come up off of the coils on the burner there on the stove, but yeah, that really made the kitchen smell good. That was a great way to pop popcorn back in the day. But I guess you probably can still buy those. I haven't checked. I guarantee you Amazon's got them. If anybody's got them and they can be got, Amazon's got them. But I remember that. That was always fun, popping them. And then, of course, there's popcorn that you get at the movie house. But the best popcorn, I mean to tell you, by bar none, the best popcorn in the world was the popcorn that you got at the drive-in theater. That's right. There wasn't nothing better than that. And Daddy would come back to the car and he'd bring us Coca-Colas, and he'd bring 2 or 3 big containers of that popcorn, and it stunk the car up, but it wasn't really a stink. But there was nothing better than popcorn at the drive-in. A lot better than an indoor theater, but drive-in popcorn, man, you couldn't beat it. You couldn't beat it. I'd walk around the world for a box of that stuff. But yeah, and then of course along come buttered popcorn, and that buttered popcorn was okay. I liked it all right, but just you got greasy. You just greasy eating it. You get it all on your fingers and get it all around your mouth and get shiny and everything. Your mouth would be shiny and you'd be grinning like a possum eating briars or something with that oily mouth and lips and everything. But I could live with buttered popcorn. But I liked it just straight up plain with a little salt on it. That's the way I like my popcorn. And then, of course, all of a sudden came along, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, microwave popcorn. Yeah, microwave popcorn. Yeah, and Frederick, I know I'm over 4 minutes right now, but I'm on a roll. Anyway, yeah, microwave popcorn. Yeah. And what's his name? Fuddruckers. Fuddrucker, old fella. Fuddruckers popcorn. And I think it was Fudd. I don't know what his name was. But y'all know who I'm talking about. Anyway. But yeah, microwave popcorn. And that kind of smells pretty good too. But it ain't as good as drive-in popcorn. Drive-in theater popcorn, you just couldn't beat it. Just no place in the world like it. Somebody ought to open up a drive-in theater and throw some cheap movie up there they get for next to nothing. Wouldn't matter what it is, but specialize in having nothing but Coca-Colas and fresh popcorn. You would pack the place every Friday and Saturday night. I guarantee it. I wish I had the money to do it. I might build my own, but that'd be an expensive proposition. Well, I done beat Frederick's challenge of 4 minutes. We're at about 5 minutes and 22 seconds right now, so I guess I'm about done with popcorn here.
Hi, this is Pearly May of Croker and Mullet's Biker Bar and Casino. Come join us for some great sandwiches, including our famous Po Girl. That's a 12-inch roll with no meat inside. Also, we have your favorite whiskeys and other hard liquors, plus your favorite card games and slots in the back. Enjoy the sounds of Willie and the Double Clutches with their bluegrass punk rock fusion. We are located at the corner of Gatortail Road and Sanflia Drive, Mud Muscle, Mississippi. It's liquor in the front and poker in the rear. Here at Croker and Mullet, y'all come see us.
One time I put a firefly in my butthole. Why? To make my farts glow.
Direct from the high Himalayas comes Holyman Hank's Dream a Tune, derived from Tibetan crabgrass root and Yeti chickweed. Dream a Tune will have you tripping through your favorite cartoon fast. Just one packet of Dream a Tune in your favorite hot beverage. 30 minutes before Betty Bye time and drift off to the visions of Popeye kicking Bluto's ass. How about Elmer Fudd shooting himself in the foot? And who can have a good night's slumber without Wile E. Coyote being smashed like a bug by an anvil or blown to smithereens by a stick of the Roadrunner's Acme Dynamite? Dream a Tune is shipped direct from Holyman Hank's Enclave, high in the Himalayas. Only $49.99 order today.
Allow 4 to 6 months for delivery, green stamps, and MasterCard accepted.
So everybody, have a great weekend, what's left of it, and we're going to get on out of here, and glad to have you with us. Enjoying our little radio days, and we'll have more of that coming up next Wednesday here on the Center Line with Dave. So y'all have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself. Go get you some popcorn. Yeah, go find you some good old fresh popcorn and just chow down this weekend, on your favorite TV or movie, whatever it is you're going to watch. Anyway, in the words of my good buddy, Ludlow Porch, whatever you folks do today, you find somebody to be nice to. Charlie Ann, sing us on out of here, baby.
Where, oh, where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and I thought I found true love. You met another and you was gone.
Thanks to the folks at WPCH-FM 94.9 Atlanta for the use of the archived recordings from The Howard Hughes Show, circa 1995.
Bye, y'all. Have a great day.
You have been on the Center Line with Dave. Join Dave every Wednesday and Saturday. You can contact Dave through his website, thecenterline48.com. There you can email Dave or post a message. You can also find Dave on YouTube. Just type in the Center Line with Dave. For Dave and Charlie Ann, thanks for listening. I'm Buckwheat J. Furtwangler. Have a great day. Yabba dabba doo.
The Center Line with Dave is a copyrighted production, all rights reserved. Remember, there are 2 places you can get your leg pulled. Your chiropractor's office and right here on the Center Line with Dave.